the best thing you can do is get a kit that will give you 6 or 7 rulers to start with. It will give you a crosshair ruler that's a little bit smaller than this one. This is the one that I have. This is a 12-inch one, and so I can do like a 10-inch block, an 8-inch block. I can do anything that's smaller. But it does come, the kit comes with an 8-inch block, or an 8-inch one of these. And so you lay this on here, kind of center your block on there. And then for purposes of this, I just used an ink pen and marked each one of these lines here so that I could see where I was going, because those are our guidelines for stitching. Okay. You also mark the center, okay? Because with the center, what we'll do is we have this very high-tech thumbtack, and we're going to put the thumbtack up through this little hole, if I can get it there without too much difficulty. So there may be some editing here as I stick myself with the thumbtack. Okay, oh, I got lucky. I got lucky. All right. So this, what we're going to do with this thumbtack is it's going to center our ruler, because our ruler has a little tiny hole right there. And these are little gripper things that will come with the ruler, and they come in strips, and you just cut them up and put them in places where you need them on the ruler. Okay. If you have a presser foot that doesn't raise or lower, there's also this little puzzle piece here, if I can get it out, and it comes tacked in, but so there's a little puzzle piece here, and then you can slide this on if you need to, and without raising your presser foot, and then put this little guy back in there, and then you won't have a gap as you go around here. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up the foot, and the feet come in different lengths of shank. So there's a low shank, a medium shank, which is what this one is, a high shank, and then the one of the Juki straight stitch machines takes a high shank special. So you have to order a foot that is appropriate for your machine, and we can help you with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just slide my fabric under here, and you want it just to be able to, you want clearance like you would normally have. And you'll see also that there's a lot of little marks on the ruler here, and those are going to help you line things up a little bit. We've also got an A and a B, so when you see me do this, I'm going to start at A, go all the way around to B, and then I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to move the ruler. But because I'm going to be attached to this little thumbtack, it's not going to go off towards left or right or up or down, so it's going to stay where it's supposed to be. You don't move, in this particular case, you don't turn the fabric, you just move the rulers. And I normally wear gloves when I do this, but I forgot them.
Do you want mine?
I think I'll be okay because this is pretty small. So you always want to start with something small. Start with, something that's like pot holders or placemats, or like in this case, just a little square piece of fabric. And I'm going to lower my presser foot, and then I'm going to pull up. I've got my foot right at A, okay? And I'm going to stitch around here to B and stop. But first I'm going to pull just like you would if you were doing free motion quilting. You're going to put your needle down, needle up, and pull your bobbin thread up. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with A, and you'll do a couple of stitches just to tack it in place, and I'm going to line up this right here, this line right here on my ruler with my line that's on the fabric. I'm going to start right there, and if you can, the key is to keep the ruler and the fabric and move them so that you have your hands on both things and not just out here on the fabric, because then your ruler's going to move. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of stitches in the same spot and then start going. And it's not a race, so you just want to make sure that you're going, keeping the edge of your ruler foot against the edge of the ruler. And then when you come to the top, come to a place where you're changing directions. On regular free motion foot, you're just doing kind of those, you're doing swirlies. But this you're stopping, and in order to really tack that spot down, you want to do just a couple of stitches there just to make sure that it doesn't move. I'm going to get this guy out of the way here. Okay. So now I'm going to come down this other side. And normally when you're going to do this, you would be doing it with thread that matches your fabric. But I'm living dangerously so that you can see what I'm doing. And so you're going to see every mistake that I make. So now I'm at B. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to do one extra stitch and needle down. And now I'm going to turn my ruler. So all I'm doing, remember I've got the thumbtack on here so I can't pull it out of position. All I'm doing is turning it this way. And then I'm going to match this line up with the other line on that I drew with my crosshair. And I'm going to stitch from A to B. Now I'm at B, I'm stopping again. And you can actually feel there's a little bit of a dip in the ruler, and you can actually feel when it kind of stops into that, when it slips into that spot. Okay, so I'm just changing my direction again here. And you notice I haven't turned the fabric. The fabric is the same place it was. All I'm doing is moving my ruler.